What's up, everybody? Bradley Overrated giving you another Overrated review. Gosh, it's good to do these again. And today's game is a special treat for all you Persona fans. I've got to talk about Persona 3 Reload. Played this at the beginning of this year. Wanted to talk about it now because I'm here to say, after playing this game, this is a dang good time, and it might be very well could be my favorite Persona game in terms of story. I think I like Persona 3's story more so than Persona 4's and Persona 5's. Fight me! Don't actually fight me on this. They're all great, guys. We can just love them all, right? But yes, Persona 3 Reload in this game, just like all the other Persona games, you play as a male protagonist. Now, I know for all those people wondering, yes, you could play as female in Persona 3 Portable, but this is the remake, and they took that feature out. Now, whether or not you think that's a good thing or a bad thing is entirely up to you. Personally, I kind of get why they did, because this remake really is, in so many ways, a remake. The music was overhauled, the graphics were overhauled, the battle system has changed up, even the social links has a whole different approach to it in a lot of ways. So when they say Persona 3 Reload, they mean it. They reloaded it in every conceivable way possible. But yes, you play as a teenager who ends up getting recruited by Seed to basically go and save the world from shadows that occur at the midnight hour, the 25th hour of the day. Yes, there's a 25th hour instead of 24. It makes sense. It's integral to the game. It's integral to the plot. Just roll with it. It's basically like all the other Persona games where you go into a different realm, fight shadows, and save the freaking day and be a bamf. And I love it. As someone who played Persona 3 Portable, it was really cool to see all of the changes they made. Most of them, I actually do feel like they are for the better, and that this is the best way to experience Persona 3 now. I mean, we're talking being able to play the game now in 4K with excellent voice acting, and I loved all of the characters. Each one of them had a chance to stand out, be original, and not be too annoying. Although I will admit, some people are absolutely going to find Junpei and Yukari probably more on the annoying side. I don't. I actually liked them. I actually ended up romancing Yukari. Although I do have to admit, I will always have that soft spot for my queen, Mitsuru, who can step on me any day she wants. I will kneel before her. I will admit it here for you all. The thing that did strike me as peculiar, and I'm not sold on, were the fact that the social links took a lot longer for some of them to even have the opportunity to socialize. If you don't know, in Persona games, social links are important. They give you cool little boosters and perks in battle, plus you get to develop bonds with certain characters, and even have the option to romance characters. Now, like I said, I romanced Yukari, and I have no regrets about that. But the reason why I romanced Yukari is because I didn't know, and I thought I had missed out on the opportunity to romance Mitsuru. But it turns out I didn't. The social links just take all the way up until near the end of the game before I even had the chance to romance Mitsuru and develop her social link, which was weird because I distinctly remember in Persona 3 Portable being able to develop these social links a lot sooner. And maybe I'm wrong about this, but I felt fairly positive that that was the case. So it was kind of weird that some of the social links got pushed back till near the very end of the game, because then I said, well, I might as well romance someone, and by the time I had already maxed out several social links, all of a sudden, now I have the chance to do Aegis's or Mitsuru's, or you know what I'm saying? It was just weird how they paced the opportunity to develop bonds with characters and side characters alike. But I will say, I was very impressed with the combat in this game. I do think the dungeon crawling side of things were significantly improved, and they have a lot more flashier moves that are just so cool. Their specialized moves for each character was so unique and entertaining. I never got tired of watching it, and I just think it was a really well done aspect of this game. Exploring Tartarus has never felt more enjoyable. At least for me. I can't comment for the Fez players or the Portable players, but for me, I think Persona 3 Reload's Tartarus exploration side of things was still really well done, although I will admit the dungeon crawling aspects, just naturally for me at least, they can get a little bit tedious at times. Not too much, just at some points they get a little tiresome. And make no mistake, since this is a Persona game, you also have your fair share of side activities that you can do if you so choose to. You can get yourself a job, go to the movies, you can sing karaoke, you can even play a crane game and try to get yourself a Jack Frost doll. The only thing that matters in life is getting one of those bad boys. You can even talk to Elizabeth, who will give you a bunch of extra tasks, which I will say are definitely worth it because the Elizabeth payout is really, really good in this game. So there's also those things you can do. You will find yourself wasting easily 60, 70, 80 plus hours in this game. And there is New Game Plus, so after you finish, you can go back and you can do the whole thing again with a few extra perks if you so desire. To basically recap this game, I loved it, man. From beginning, middle, and end, I was here from the start of it to the end of it, laughing, not quite crying, although the game definitely tried to get me to cry. I definitely felt a little bit, though, on the inside. It's nice to know I'm not dead on the inside, you know? I do still have a soul, so to speak. But yes, Persona 3 Reload is a very good game. It's a really nice remake of sorts. It's really cool with a lot of new features and bells and whistles. I do think fans of the originals are going to be a little bit disappointed that some of the features from Fez and Portable are not included, and I think even then some of them will say, why did they change this certain aspect and why did they do this? And really it's just going to be up to the player to determine what is and what isn't good for you. And once again, your experience is going to differ vastly, especially if you played the originals. But if you never did play the originals, I do think Persona 3 Reload is an excellent option and a very great way to get into this video game. It's not necessarily perfect by any means, but I will say it's a dang good time. So let's talk about my letter grade now. From my letter grade score being A, the best of the best, and F, the worst of the worst. Persona 3 Reload at the end of the day, with an excellent story, a great cast of characters, fun gameplay mechanics all around. It's just a solid game, man. I'm going to give it an A-. Like I said, I didn't agree with everything from this game, but it was still a stellar video game. As someone who likes stories and is a story-driven gamer, Persona 3 Reloads is really, really good. I highly recommend anybody who likes RPGs to give this game a shot. If you like games like Final Fantasy or you've played other Persona games, this one's right up your alley. It's a dang good time. It's a dang good game, and I loved it. And Mitsuru, girl, you can step on me any day. This concludes my Overrated review. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. If you enjoyed watching some random guy ramble about video games on the internet, how about you do yourself a favor then? Hit that like button and pelvic thrust that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. I mean, yeah, why wouldn't I? I've been doing this for 8 years now at this point. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. I am Bradley Overrated, out like a trout, praise be the Evan, and I hope you have a great and awesome day. Later.
Beef! Beef! Beef!